This is Owen McKendry for ESBR Boxing. Delighted as always to be joined by Dave Coldwell Ringside. Dave, it's always good to see you at these shows. I've got to start with the main event. What did you make of the stoppage? You know, if you're in Liam Cameron's team, would you be happy with that?
Well, I was sat on commentary desk. I was looking straight at it along line, and Liam's legs looked as though they'd gone. So it's kind of the stoppage for me stops him from getting a bad knockout. Because I think a follow-up barrage or would have been in trouble. I understand if they're unhappy about it. I understand why they would be, but I think the stoppage was all right. I felt as though his legs stiffened up when he originally got caught with the first shot, but then under the barrage afterwards, his legs stiffened up again. So yeah, I think the stoppage was right.
I know it's almost difficult to be only seen him for a round and a half or so, but with Andy Lee, do you think he could bring the best out of Ben Whittaker?
Without a doubt. I think that's a really good match. Ben's physicalities and the tools that he's got, along with what Andy knows, I think it's a really good match, and he's just going to get better and better. I think, you know, as a person, as a character as well, it'll be a good matchup as well. So yeah, only good things going ahead, really.
How quickly do you think Andy Lee can move him now? Because obviously Ben, when he first come in, you know, he's flamboyant. He said he was the next world champion and waiting from Britain, fresh out there, you know, turning into a pro. How far off do you think, even with the influence of Andy Lee, how far off that level do you think he is?
A long way. The top of the light heavyweight division is Beterbiev, Bivol. You're talking a long way off of that. Let's talk about the domestic mix and get those fights made, and that's, you know, that's where it should be aiming. You know, hey man, right, that was good.
Why were you killing us on broadcast?
Killing? I was killing his ending.
Why?
I was killing what he did in the corner, but the performance was brilliant.
What did he do?
Chucked his head through ropes and dig out Grant.
Yeah, but there was pictures of him in a wheelchair before the fight. What about all the stuff?
But nobody knows that, so just hold it up. The performance was amazing. I thought his performance was amazing.
Yeah. We'll move on to next weekend. I don't want to keep you for too long. I know it's been a long night. Conor Benn, Chris Eubank Jr. What do you personally make of, you know, Chris Eubank Sr. bringing almost into public the dispute that they're having, you know, with the egg slapping, saying he's not interested?
I don't feel as though he should have. Listen, it's his son, and for me, I would never do that to my kid. You know, it doesn't matter if we have a disagreement, you fall out with your kids or whatever, but you wouldn't publicly throw them under the bus like that. And it's boxing, it's showbiz, it's part of what happens. People punch each other at weigh-ins, slap each other, shove each other, chuck an egg at each other. You know, but it's not my cup of tea. I wouldn't have done that to my kid.
Finally, Dave, can I get a prediction for the fight?
No, not until I see Eubank on scales. I genuinely think it's down to that.
Is that a case of if Eubank, because obviously previously when they were initially due to fight 2.5 years ago, Eubank looked terrible.
2.5 years older, and I think last time when he fought out in Saudi, it looked old. It looked worn, and he's only going to be harder making the weight, and you're only getting older. You're not getting fresher. So I don't know.
Slightly change the question up for the final one then. Who do you think should be the favourite as of now?
Eubank, because he's fought at a higher level, got better wins, even got better losses. I know Conor's not lost, but he's got the men that he's been in with are far and high above what Conor's been in.
Dave, pleasure as always. Thank you so much for your time, my friend.